If you're immigrating into the US, don't make this mistake. When you're immigrating to the US, one big mistake you should avoid is trying to handle everything without a lawyer, especially if your case isn't straightforward.
Saying you are a US citizen, right? It doesn't matter if you put it on a job application or you're applying for some type of benefits. You cannot say that you are a US citizen when you are not.
America, what we think when we are in Kenya is, let me say, a quarter of the truth. If you don't land in the proper hands, the people you're coming to live with, in the proper timing, again, let me repeat, you might be screwed.
If you're an immigrant, the number one thing you must stay away from is marijuana. They only legalize it for US citizens, not for you immigrants.
One thing I've seen people do, they come here, they get 3 jobs. Nothing wrong with it, but they don't take the time to understand how this money I'm making, how am I going to protect it? They don't protect their money, they don't even protect themselves. They're sending money home every day.
Once you land yourself in the United States, all you're looking for is survival until you get your bearing. Leave those things that used to be back home, leave them aside. And that's where a lot of you find it difficult to grow. Some of you will say, back home I used to be a celeb. People used to know me, I used to be a celebrity.
If you're immigrating into the US, don't make this mistake. When you're immigrating to the US, one big mistake you should avoid is trying to handle everything without a lawyer, especially if your case isn't straightforward. US immigration laws and procedures are really complex. Even small mistakes on forms or missing deadlines can cause big problems like delays or even having your application denied. Immigration lawyers know all the rules and keep up with the latest changes, which happen sometimes several times a month. It is true that some people manage to do it on their own, especially for simpler cases, but it only takes one mistake to turn a simple case into a complex one. It might cost more to hire a lawyer, but it can save you a lot of time and trouble in the long run.
Here are the top 5 mistakes that can get you deported in 2025, and number 5 is going to blow your mind. I am your immigration attorney, Sekou Clark, and it blows my mind to see some of these mistakes that people make. Over the decade that I've been practicing and over the 30 years of experience that my firm has, we've seen some of the craziest mistakes that people make for getting deported, but I am going to tell you how to not make those mistakes. Number 1, saying you are a US citizen, right? It doesn't matter if you put it on a job application or you're applying for some type of benefits. You cannot say that you are a US citizen when you are not. Even if it is a mistake on a form, you will end up in removal proceedings, and it is extremely difficult to get you out of it. Number 2, not showing up for your removal proceedings hearing. Whether it's a master hearing or an individual hearing, if you got a notice to show up to immigration court and you do not show up, guess what? The judge is going to order you removed. Yes, you can have a motion to reopen based on absentia, but if you don't have the right reasons, guess what? You are going to get deported.
One thing that I understand about life in America is that America, what we think when we are in Kenya is, let me say, a quarter of the truth. Because I didn't know that, like, your status really counts, the kind of a status you come with to the States. And if you don't get the proper guidance, if you don't land in the proper hands, the people you're coming to live with, in the proper timing, again, let me repeat, you might be screwed. Mistake number 1 is that when you're in Kenya, you're always converting currency. You see? That's a mistake number 1 we make. The mistake I made was that I looked at a $9 job, like $9 an hour job in Kenya. I converted $9 job into Kenya shillings. Trust me, it clocks, at the end of the month, it clocks over 100,000 Kenya shillings. That's a lot of money in the Kenyan economy. But you see, reality is, we're in the US economy. Things are cheaper, affordable. But an 80-cent banana is very cheap. But convert that to 80-cent banana How much is that? Almost 50, 60 shillings a banana. That is a very high standard of living.
If you're an immigrant, the number one thing you must stay away from is marijuana. They only legalize it for US citizens, not for you immigrants. Look, if you're applying for visa, non-immigrant visa at the embassy, and your medical test come out positive of marijuana use, you will be denied a visa to the US. If you're applying for citizenship and you've been convicted of 30 grams or more of marijuana, you will be denied your citizenship. If you're applying for green card and you've been convicted of 30 grams or more of marijuana, your green card will be denied and you'll be deported. The only time you're going to be safe is if you've been convicted of less than 30 grams, then you can apply for wherever and get your green card. This is my new backup page, so follow me. I'm Luke, immigration lawyer.
One of the worst things a lot of Africans do when they come here, they don't learn the financial. They just want to work, and send money to Africa. Work, send money home. Don't understand the rules of America. They don't want to understand the game. Instead of learning financial education, you're in a different country. You got to know the rules. If you don't know the rules, how are you going to win in the financial system? So many people bring the same useless African mentality to America. It's not work. It didn't work in Africa. Why are you bringing it here? This is a totally different culture, totally different rules. Guess what? Now you have to learn the rules. One thing I've seen people do, they come here, they get 3 jobs. Nothing wrong with it, but they don't take the time to understand how this money I'm making, how am I going to protect it? They don't protect their money. They don't even protect themselves. They're sending money home every day. But then when they die or they get sick, I'll leave deaths first because that's the last one. What about heart attack happens because you're working 3 jobs? Some even had a heart attack, they survived. Some have a stroke and they're crippled. They can't do that work anymore. Now, their family has nothing enough because they didn't take the time to buy life insurance to protect themselves.
As an immigrant in America, if you want to stay out of trouble, here are some of the things that can help you. You need to avoid if you want to stay out of trouble, especially if you're not a citizen of this country yet. Stay away from these things. You know how we behave back home, we don't really care. We get drunk, we just get behind the wheels. We don't know who get hurt along the way. Here in America, that can get you into serious trouble. You might be fined, you will be arrested, and sometimes they can take away your license. So if you know you're going to be driving, drinking, please don't get behind the wheels. Use Uber, call a taxi to take you home. Fraud, fake documents, driving without a license, uninsured. This is one of the things you don't want on your record. Why you're still not even a citizen of this country. Even if you're a citizen, this is one of the things you need to avoid in America. Drug trafficking or possession of illegal drugs, it has 0 tolerance in America. Stay away from those things. Violent behavior or fighting will lead to arrest. You want to stay away from this. Bottom line, follow the laws. Make sure that you avoid any kind of record on your name in the system, especially if you are on the verge of becoming a citizen of America, because these things, they check it. It's part of the questions they ask when you're filling out your application. So as an immigrant, be careful and stay safe.
Okay, let me tell you guys the biggest mistakes that a lot of immigrants make when they come to the United States. If you're an African man watching me right now, African woman watching me right now, I know what you think, I know how you feel, that you're in the US. Back home you used to be somebody. Back home you used to be a medical doctor. Back home you used to be a lawyer. Back home you used to be a celebrity. Back home you used to be a pilot. Back home you used to be this. Listen, the easiest thing for you to do is to know what to do at the right time. Once you land yourself in the United States, all you're looking for is survival until you get your bearing. Leave those things that you used to be back home, leave them aside. And that's where a lot of you find it difficult to grow. Some of you will say, back home I used to be a celeb. People used to know me, I used to be a celebrity. I cannot come to America and clean yash. I cannot come to America and work in Home Depot. I cannot come in America and work in Walmart. I cannot come to America and work, do DoorDash. I cannot come to, because people know me, I'm a medical doctor. Depending on when you do your board exam, are you not going to eat? You no go pay bills that time. Bills don't wait for nobody. And you must chop. If you come here with your family, your children will eat. Your wife will eat. So you being a medical doctor back home will not feed your children, no, depending on when you take your borders down. Or you're a lawyer, or you're a celebrity that everybody know. Back home, when people see you, they say, ah! Now you're in the United States, nobody cares. Whether you're a celebrity, people see you on the road, they will walk up past. Everybody is busy. People want to go to work. Nobody cares what you used to be in Africa. I'm telling you, one of the mistakes a lot of you guys make, especially guys that know. Some lady that know divorced the husband because the husband came over to the United States and started acting I'm a celebrity. People back home know I'm a celebrity. And left all the bills for the woman to pay. The woman got fed up, got tired of it. And the woman started telling him, go look for a job. Go look for something to do. This man said, I cannot work in Home Depot. I cannot do CNA. I cannot clean somebody's yash. You know, go clean somebody's yash. How your picking go take chop? How not go take pay bills? You won't carry celebrity for head come America. You on your own, no? Or you're on your own. Immigrants, Africans, please leave what you used to be back home. We understand you went to school, you have masters, PhD. You're a professor, but this is America now. You must pay bills, you must eat. Bills don't wait for nobody, and you must eat something to survive. Go look for anything for now until you get yourself together.
Nobody tells you this part. Your first year abroad is not just for settling in. It's the year that decides how the next 5 to 10 years are going to look. And a lot of people quietly sabotage this without realizing this. So here are the top mistakes that I see over and over again. Number one is getting into a lease too fast. People land in a new country and they rush into long leases because they want to feel like they've settled down. But once you do that, what you don't realize is that you've lost your flexibility. You lose your ability to adapt. The first few months should be for observation, not for you to rush into anything long term. The number two is working too many low-wage jobs. Now, obviously, I understand where this comes from, but the instinct is to work a whole lot of times, like have a whole lot of shifts, but working more in the wrong job is going to lock you in that place for a long time. You burn time that could have been spent learning the skill that can help you move forward. Number three is not building credit from day one. If you're coming from a third world country, you know, the mindset back there is that cash is king. Here, cash is not king. In North America and in the UK, credit is all the infrastructure. If you don't have it, you're going to be working hard and more expensive. Number four is ignoring high income skills. People come in here and then for a while they depend on their old degrees instead of immediately looking at what is working here and getting into it as quickly as possible. Number five is following other struggling immigrants. This is a very, very big trap. These people might be good people, don't get me wrong, but they have the wrong intention for you. And if you take advice from people who are suffering here, it's going to limit you more than you realize. Number six is car loans. Everybody wants to drive a nice car. And don't get me wrong, you can easily do it here. But you're better off stabilizing yourself before carrying the extra weight of a car payment. Always choose to go for a used car first. Number seven, not having any emergency funds. In this place, emergencies can wreck you quickly. Even $1,000 or $2,000 that you set aside can save you in the case of an emergency. Number eight is networking. People don't like to network. They come in here, they want to be introverts, they want to stay inside, they don't want to, go out for networking events, nothing. Conversations are being closed, deals are happening in person, not over job applications. Number nine, they don't plan for permanent residency. I tell people I came in here and under 1 year I got my PR and their mouth is like, they don't believe it. People don't plan for PR or citizenship quickly. They just, living on vibes. And number 10 is staying in survival mode for too long. Staying in survival mode is good for the first 2 or 3 months, but after year 3, it's going to keep you stuck. You have to learn to shift from how am I going to get by to how can I build here. The truth is simple. Your first year here is just your foundation. If you build it intentionally, the country is going to open up for you. If you build it blindly, you're going to spend years trying to fix what you could have avoided. Share this with someone who will find it helpful.
So one mistake immigrants make when they first come to America is accepting to do any available job. Like anything they can get dollar from is always a decent job for them, even if it's to clean shit. So when they first come to America, for the first 1 year, they will always convert in American dollar to wherever country they are coming from, which goes a long way. So they always have this mindset on their head that I'm rich now. Oh, look at how much I've made in my local currency. No, it doesn't work like that. Listen, when you first come to America, for the first 1 year of your life, you have the opportunity to decide what you want for yourself. Because for that first 1 year, somebody is accommodating you, somebody is paying your bills, and somebody is putting you through, probably your family member or whoever, or your friend. So you have that opportunity to settle down and think of what you want to do for yourself. If you miss that first 1 year that somebody is giving you this opportunity, somebody is putting a roof on your head, somebody is probably giving you one of his car to run around, bro, you will never get it back in America. It will take the grace of God for you to get your life back. Listen, whatever you start in America is what you probably end with. Oh, I know when immigrants newly come to America, they are in America, but they are not living in America. You understand? So whatever money they are making for the first 1 year of their life, they're always converting it to their local currency. And to their head is that, oh, I've won a jackpot. I'm rich now. So they always have this mindset of, they always have this picture of what they can buy from wherever country they're coming from. My dear, for the first 1 year of your life in America, decide what you want to do for yourself. You get the point. If somebody will not accommodate you forever, you get the point. Now, when you start paying the bills in America is when you understand that working too much jobs cannot help you in America. You get the point now. So decide what you want for yourself. America is not built on working hard. America is built on smart people. People who can reason, creative-minded people. Not people that just want to go out and keep working and keep working. No. If you continue like that, you work till you die. You get the point now. So use that opportunity, your first 1 year in America, and decide what you want for yourself. Decide what you want to do. Pick a career. You get the point now.
We're back. You guys, if you are an African immigrant and you just got here, okay? If you've been in America less than 10 years, get on this live, let's talk. We are talking biggest mistakes that new immigrants make. Biggest mistakes that new immigrants make. Let's talk right now. We're live, 7 p.m. Central Time. We'll see you on the live.